Welcome to day 58 of the Seeker's Guide to Soul Contact. We record all these, and you can check out the past recordings on this site, and also our webpage at freeread.com. We have all the videos there, plus thousands of free articles to read. Today's theme is I will choose to choose. When you reach a point of decision in the path of life, there are always two or more choices. Usually it's just two. There will always be one that will seem to be the easier choice, and then another that will seem more difficult, either because of risk or some difficulty involved. Those who do not check with the soul will generally pick the path of least resistance. This is why average people are very predictable. You can depend on them picking the easier path. On the other hand, those on the path of soul contact will consider both paths or choices. They are inspired by the words of Robert Frost, who said this: "Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference." The right decision is never black and white and always requires good judgment. The road less traveled by, or the path of high resistance, is often the better choice, but not always. Sometimes the path of least resistance, the easy way, is truly the best choice. The difference between the one who is willing to follow the inner guidance and the one who is not is that the first is willing to take the more difficult path if he feels impressed by the soul to do so. The one focused in the outer world will often, without much thought, choose the path of least resistance. In fact, the choice is so automatic it can hardly be classified as a choice. The higher self has much knowledge and guidance it is willing to share with you, but if it is going to participate in your consciousness, it expects one important thing in return. That is, it expects you to follow its guidance, even if it takes you on the path less traveled. If you do receive through your soul and then ignore what you receive, the higher self will figure you are not ready for cooperation and withdraw, and wait until you have taken a few more steps of spiritual advancement. Taking the more difficult road can involve a small decision, such as mentioned in our last lesson, where the person stands up for truth at a small gathering, for instance, or it could involve great risk of life or freedom. The disciple must be willing to listen to the voice of the soul and follow it if he wants an increase in sensitivity. Of course, it is important to recognize the true voice, for it will never lead you in a harmful direction. Many receive false guidance because of impressions from lower desire. That is why recognition of the true voice of the soul is so important. We will speak more on this later. Your assignment today is to review your three most important decisions you have made in this life. Ask yourself, did you pick the line of least resistance, or did you take the path less traveled by? Now reflect on important decisions you will make during the coming year. Are you considering both directions with an open mind? Do you see a path less traveled that may be rewarding? Will you be checking with your inner self for guidance? Keep these questions in mind and go with this affirmation. When decisions come, I will carefully weigh the two alternatives and make the best choice, not the easiest one. Good food for thought, and we will see you tomorrow.